In this History Illustrated video, we're going to talk about voting. Specifically, we're going to talk about how you win when there is a vote. And the typical words you will use are plurality and majority. If you look at the word plurality, you'll notice at the beginning of it there's the word plural. If you pluralize a word, you add an S to it, which means there's more than one. So plurality typically just means the most, whoever has the most votes. A majority, though, is whoever has more than half. Now let's take a look at an example here of plurality. I'm going to pop up this little chart here and I'm going to show you an example. If all we needed to win a vote was a plurality, that would mean it's just whoever has the most votes wins. Another word for plurality is relative majority. So the relative majority based on all of these people here, who has the most votes, and you just look and you see candidate A here is the winner. That is a plurality vote. This person wins. Now let me show you what a majority is. Let me first go ahead and pop up that chart and show you that it is also known as a simple majority. In a majority, it says here that you have to have more than half of all votes to be the winner. So more than half. You would look here and say, does anybody have more than half? And you notice that the second one in red does have more than half of the votes. This would be a majority win. You would have to have more than half. In our country, you have to have more than half or a majority to become the president. And now, just as a little bit of extra information, I'm going to introduce you to the idea of a supermajority. First, I'm going to go ahead and pop that chart off and then a new one up. And notice that a supermajority is often called a qualified majority. In this case, you have to have a chosen amount to have a vote pass. In this case, in my chart, I have right here about 2/3 of the votes. So you would have to have 2/3 of the votes to have this pass, which is very difficult to do. In our country, we have this set up at 75% for amendments. So you would have to have 75 or 3/4 of the votes just to make an amendment to the Constitution. Those are called supermajorities. So please remember that whenever we're talking about voting, there are many different ways to win a vote. Plurality is something that kids are most often going to use. Whoever has the most is the winner, and that's pretty simple and clear cut. However, when talking politics, we often use majorities, and occasionally we will use the supermajority when we're talking about things that are very important. So voting, there's many different ways to win with voting.